Sunshine Valley Farm family, welcome back to another episode of The Farm. If you're new here, you are most welcome. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and also turn your notification bells. And of course, to all our returning subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of the family, loving the content that we really put out here. I'm super excited that we are still at Sinza Excellent Genetics. I also have my co-director on standby who's going to say hello to you guys and also say something.
Well, hello everybody. Once again, my name is co-director Grafton, and I gotta tell you, as part of Value Farm, as far as us bringing you guys information, this is definitely the bonus of life, right? To actually be here, be on the ground. I'm not a reporter, but I play one in real life, okay? So like right now, we're standing in section B at Sinza Farm. Behind us are the does. And when our friend Kenneth mentioned that any goat that you want within reason, if it exists in South Africa, he can source it, he can find it, he can find a reputable breeder.
True.
More importantly, he knows how to get them into the country.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of you that always wonder, hey, can I get this in Congo, Tanzania, you know, Rwanda, Burundi? If it exists, and if you want East Africa, believe me, you can get it. Now, that doesn't mean if you're in West Africa, you can't order through him. There's a minimum that you need to meet in order to actually get the shipment, because the freight is expensive.
True.
So if you're gonna order one goat, two goat, and you out there on the west side, we'll put you in touch with our friend farming in Africa. He'll be able to assist you, right?
Yeah.
But if you're on the East Coast here, we can definitely assist you. Now, what makes me happy, behind us, some of our does are there. We actually have new addition to the farm. We've been telling you guys about that for quite some time. Yeah. The cool thing about it, this man has imported some pure salmons. So for those of you, we always tell you guys sometimes consider dairy goats as an option. Well, it's here. And actually, since we're in this district, we might actually have a surprise for you guys, because we may actually be visiting a true dairy goat farm here in this district. So stay tuned. So if you subscribe, you'll definitely get that notification when that video comes up, right? But he also have the blackberry goats, right? Which in itself is just a black boa. Yeah, so it's just a matter of aesthetics, you know, the conformation of the goat, the actual aesthetics of that goat. It looks very different. It's not the typical boa look, right? True. So some might even mistake it to be a loco. Like a loco, it's far from a loco. That would be the most expensive loco you'll ever encounter in your life. That is true. Right? But the salmon pure goats are here. These pure salmon goats on the proper diet can even give you anywhere between like 6, even possibly 7 liters of milk, especially if you're feeding them properly. That is true. So the goat business itself is very wide. You can have your option to do meat. You have your option to do dairy. You also have your options to do genetics. Okay? So please don't be one of those uninformed farmers that says, oh my gosh, the price is so high. It's too much for me. But then again, this is the question you have to ask yourself, right? If you're in business, whether you're in meat goats or genetics, especially for those of you that are in meat goats, you may not think you need this genetics, but the genetics definitely need to be a part of your program, because at the end of the day, if you keep doing the East African locals, it's gonna take you 2 years for your goat to be mature. And when it comes to meat, it's all about volumes and numbers, right? So imagine if you can actually introduce these genetics to your actual local breed. You cross and enhance the genetics, where your goats could be ready for slaughter in 6 months versus 24. You did the math. Oh my God. And even the food conversion, you know, we've showed you guys Marvel, the Captain Marvel at the farm already. If you see the futures versus the crosses that we have, oh my God, there's a huge difference. That's why we tell you guys that in case you really improve on your genetics, you're going to really get more profits even faster. Today, I'm really super excited. You know how farmers are really committed, how we've really inspired so many people to do farming. We have actually someone we just met here who's a fan. He was inspired to also order his pure bucks here. Yes. And he's actually picking up his Kalahari Red, and I'm so happy about that. I'm really so super. We're gonna actually invite him to our farm one day to actually, you know, do a video to feature him when he shows up to the farm. That is so true. But you know, farmers who are really committed, who listen, who take notes, who practice what we really tell them here, it's just
mind-blowing. It's just something that really makes me so happy. And he's here picking up his goats as well. And of course, he's just super excited about the whole experience here.
And for those of you who's just been watching these videos in silence and you don't comment, you don't subscribe, shame on you. Because what we do here, we do it because we love you guys. We want to make sure we just spread the knowledge. Let me give you guys an example, right? We belong to this goat farm that has more than 300 to 400 members, right?
True.
And over the weekend, right, one farmer in particular, and he shall remain nameless, and I was just testing him. He has some really beautiful Movende goats, and I messaged him privately, and I said, so by the way, I really love your goats. I was wondering if you can actually point me in the right direction to at least get at least like 5 to 10, because you guys know we also do meats as well.
Yeah.
Because we have our butcher shop. We also are not just in genetics, but as well for slaughtering. We also are into the meat business as well. And this guy literally twisted himself in a knot, trying not to give me the information. And it takes me back to what we always tell you guys: do not be selfish with information. Don't be selfish with where you get your genetics. Uganda has over close to 50 million people. Even if I had 3, 5, 10 million goats, it will not be enough to feed this nation.
That is so true.
So there's no reason to hide information from me. There's no reason for us to hide information from you, because at the end of the day, we're in the same field. And if you're considering getting in, when you do get in, just remember where you got your information from. So when a new farmer reaches out to you, you have the best genetics in your district, don't be selfish. Do not give people misinformation, because you may think you're stifling somebody's growth by giving them misinformation. By not helping them, God will not reward those who are reluctant to share. Because sharing is caring.
Wow.
You understand? Because we're passionate about what we do. You cannot be stingy with this information. Don't be stingy with your suppliers. And if you find any, whether it's a local remedy or a feed ratio combination that you've discovered, you share with your community, because the more you uplift your community, the better our fields will become. Because look at us here. We spent a healthy amount of blood, sweat, and tears, believe me, sleepless nights, coming up with this cash to get these goats into this country. Why? Because we want you guys to be able to get these genetics at an affordable rate as we multiply the numbers.
That is so true.
So you need to make sure you do your part to continue to move the ball forward.
Spreading. This even makes me to think about people who have really contacted us. They want goats to export to other countries. The Arab countries have contacted us. People from Egypt have really contacted us, and they want like for us to supply for them goats like 700 goats per week. You can imagine. So we don't have enough in this country.
And to dovetail on that, it's not, don't lose that train of thought. It's not just goats, guys. We actually had a group that contacted us from the UAE. They were hoping that we can actually get them 2,000 to 2,500 sheep on a weekly basis. If we don't work together, how are we going to meet those numbers?
How are we going to do this?
But you know who's meeting those numbers? A lot of Kenyan farmers are. A lot of farmers who are out in Ethiopia are. A lot of farmers who are in Ghana are meeting those numbers. But here in East Africa, we need, especially in Uganda, Burundi, Rwanda. Guys, I always tell you guys, and I say this from experience, I'm an American. You know, we mislabel sometimes being arrogant, as being too proud. Not me, okay? Because I know pride in relationship and in business. And believe me, when you're in business, you're not just in business to make money. Business is all about relationship.
Yes.
So if you have any kind of relationship, your over pridefulness will be the reason that relationship will fall apart, and it may not work. And it's the same thing whether you have friends, your wife, your girlfriends, your co-workers. You need to make sure that you humble yourself. You ask for help when you need it. And then when somebody come to you, just because you have the information, do not think you're better than someone because you think you know more than someone else, right? Yeah. You have to be humble. Be a humble soldier. We all out here in the field of farming to do the good Lord's work.
That is
Humility
so true.
is the most important feature you can have.
That is very, very true. Wow. I think you've really summarized the point that I was trying to put out there. So guys, it's never too late for you to really start and there's market for the goats. Those who are really scared to start because you feel like, oh my God, how am I going to sell my goats? The market is right there. And of course, we already have the forum there in case you have your goats. People can always help you. There are farmers who are willing to help you. They're reputable farmers. If you come to Value Farm, we can recommend to you, because I know some of you have really reached out to us and you want to buy goats from us, and we tell you we are still breeding. It is just because you want to have the numbers, then we shall definitely give you the genetics, and we are breeding
at
this
the right price.
At the right price. So when we are breeding this good genetics with what we have here, guys, it's going to be a good price for you when you're purchasing from us. So it's never too late. Please start if you can, because the market is available in case anyone contacts us and we know there's a farmer in Mukono, there's a farmer in Seta, there's a farmer in Luwero. We can always come together so that we can do this as a team, of course, to export these animals. So guys, the market is right there. You can definitely make a killing from it. There are people who tell me, if I start goat farming, will I become a millionaire? I think when we were doing a live stream on TikTok, someone asked about that. Oh my God, and I told them that, you know what, you've seen what we have really started, what we started with, and how the growth has been, the steady growth. Exactly. We started from 3 goats and where we are right now. So it's about the growth, and you definitely multiply and you get your money. So that even answers you.
I believe another thing too, again, I always come back to relationship, right? You have to be dedicated.
True.
You understand? You see, when it comes to sports, when it comes to certain things in life, even you being a good student, right? Only way you're gonna maintain your A's and B's and the higher mark in your class, you have to be a dedicated student.
True.
You have to let go of some of the partying during the weekend so that you stay home and read the extra chapters, you do the extra credit, so you yourself as an individual can continue to be distinguished.
True.
And it's the same thing in farming, you
True.
know? You're doing your homework right now. Nobody's watching you watch this. There's nobody standing over your head beating you to get this information.
True.
We actually met a gentleman from the US. His name is Larry. Larry's currently in Uganda right now.
Yeah.
He's actually considering moving to the great country of Uganda here in East Africa to become a goat farmer. And what I saw with Larry when I met Larry, it was so humbling. This man had his notebook.
He had his notes.
He had his notes that were transcribed from the videos that we put out. So this is somebody who is definitely a serious person, and to the point where literally he went by episode, topic by topic, and he had all the notes perfectly transcribed. So now, if he takes it that seriously, right, why can't you do the same thing? And we're no experts.
Yep.
You know, we're in the field. We're learning every day. We still make mistakes, but the reason we make these videos is to make sure that you don't make the mistakes that we make.
Yes.
You understand?
That's
we
true.
suffer so you can get the gain. You
True.
know? So at the end of the day, that's where we are. Okay?
Wow. Message taken home. And I hope you've really taken your notes as well. We really appreciate you guys. If you've been watching, please leave your thoughts as well in the comments down below. What you think about goat farming? Have you already started? What do you think? Will you start this year, or you're thinking about next year? Please give us your comments as well, because we want to see other farmers testifying as well. If you've been watching our videos and you've started your farm, please let us know as well in the comments. At least that even motivates us even to bring more content for you guys, so that we share all our experiences with you guys. But really appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, checked out our social media platforms. Value Farm on Instagram, Facebook is Value Farm, also then TikTok, Value Farm. Please go check us out and also see the behind the scenes, what we are posting there, some inspiring, you know, clips that can motivate you to also start your own farm. But we really appreciate you guys so much. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.